Greetings, I'm Barrent and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be doing a Kickstarter preview of the game World Stitchers by Pepin van Loon. You may recognize that name. This is the same creator that has done the great game Heroes of Tennefer. So I'm excited to try out his second game. This is going to be going to Kickstarter. This is a Kickstarter preview. This is a prototype, so of course anything that comes from the Kickstarter may change as the game gets developed. Also, full disclosure, I do not do any type of paid previews. This is completely, I'm doing it because I'm a huge fan of his last game and I really want to try out this one and show everybody what World Stitchers is all about. World Stitchers is about a 30-minute game that is for 1 to 4 players ages 9+, which is another huge plus for me because my two kids are 10 and 12. So we're going to be digging into this game as a family and see how it plays out. I'm excited for this. This is a competitive game, but notice the 1 to 4, there is a solo component as well where you're going to be playing against an automaton that uses a random deck of cards that's going to be going against you. As you can see here, it says that the animal spirits are building a new world by plucking floating pieces of land from the sky and stitching them together with mystical threads. These powerful spirits are the World Stitchers, and only one of them will have the honor of giving the new world a name. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing as one of the animal spirits in the modular tile-laying game. Expand the world, gather energy, and raise massive natural spires from the ground to impress the other spirits. World Stitchers is, of course, very easy to teach and quick to set up. The game comes with several interchangeable modules to add complexity and variety as you see fit, and I'll show you all this as we play through the game. We'll start by doing a quick setup and show you exactly all the different components that come with this game and how the modules work. Then we're going to do a quick playthrough, and after that you'll be able to know if this is the game that is for you. And if you're excited to see what World Stitchers has to offer, then I need you to meet me at the table. The first thing we're going to do is randomly decide who will get the first player token, which is this right here. After that, each player will take a meeple of their choice. This will represent this nature spirit that they're going to be using. We're going to take the dragon because he's super cool and he's purple just like the Minnesota Vikings. And we'll play against the kitty turtle right here. This will be fantastic. Now, of course, there are a couple other ones as well. And if you're playing with 4 players, each person will take one of these. But since we're just playing a single player game with the automaton, we'll use just those. I do not need this token because I will be playing by myself, but I'm just showing you how this full game sets up. At this point, we'll take all 40 of the different land tiles and we'll shuffle them all up. Well, I've already did it and I made a huge mess all over my table, so I just stacked them up like that. So they're all set to go and ready for the game. At this point, we will take 3 land tiles for each person that is playing, and since it's just me, I will take these 3 land tiles, and I'll show you them in just a second because they're going to have to be explained. And after everybody has taken the tiles they're going to need, we'll take 3 other tiles, and these are going to be what is considered the tiles that are in the sky, and I'll go over those in just a second. Next, we'll take all of our energy cubes that we're going to be gathering as we play, and these are going to be representing if you have 5 or more energy cubes in your pile, you can trade them in. One of the win conditions for this game is gathering 40 energy. Once that is done, that's one of the end conditions. The other end condition is that at any point on your turn, one of the actions you can perform is to build a spire. And these are going to cost you 8 energy, and you're going to gain this card. And the interesting thing is, as you play through the game, the later you decide to build your spires, the less points they're worth. The first 2 are worth 12, then they're worth 10, and eventually they're only worth 9 points. If at any time any person builds 3 spires, that will signify the end of the game. And once that's taken place, everybody does get a final turn, or actually I shouldn't say it. It comes back to the point where everybody does get at least 1 turn so that everybody has the same amount of actions. Therefore, the player on the left of the first player has the last turn at the end of the game. Once that's done, you can choose which modules you want to add into the game to make the game more unique for each player and give different scoring options at the end of the game. For example, we have the power module. There is a card for each one of these, and it goes along with the specific cards that are found here. This one is going to give each player 2 random power cards. Players choose 1 card, keep the others discarded, and then keep these chosen power cards face up in front of them. Each power card is unique and gives the player a special ability. Most power cards can be used use energy in the turn. So each one of these is a little bit different, and they can choose to use these whenever they want. These are just like an extra power card. On top of that, there is also the purple-green one, that is an objective mode. You're going to shuffle the objective, take the top 3 cards, place them face up next to the objective deck. These are the available objectives. During their turn, a player meeting the requirements of one or more of the objectives may claim the objectives. If they're ever less than 3 at the end of a player's turn, you add more. So this is going to give other ways of scoring points in the game, so things you might want to try to go for if you decide to add that module. The last one is the goal module. You can randomly give each player 2 goals. Choose one and discard the others and keep them face down. This is going to give you kind of some bonus points at the end if you're able to create what is out on these cards. For example, if you're able to get the 3 spires, 4 points or if you decided to get 2 points for each set of 2 tiles in your stamina where all the 4 train types. So there's all different ways of being able to score extra points if you decide to use that one. And then there's the area control one, which is going to use these tokens right here. These are going to you're going to put these tokens out on the board whenever you create a spire, and those are going to give you different things here. One of them is that they cannot enter tiles that have those spires on them, and when energy is placed on the tile, you're going to be able to gain those, and you'll see how that kind of works when it comes to gaining and losing energy through the game. But these are all 4 modules that came with this prototype. They may change as time goes on, but you can add any or none of these if you wish to create an interesting and unique experience. And on top of that, when you play solo, you can add these to it to add a little bit of variety, because the automaton will abide by some of these cards based on which ones you actually add into the game. The 3 tiles we took are going to be our starting hand, and it's going to show 2 different types of terrain. There's never a third type, or never double terrains on them. There's always 2 different types. And once you reveal them, the third one you reveal is going to be the starting location for your particular meeple. We're going to take our little dragon guy, and we can place them on either one of these if we want to. I'm going to place it right here on the plains area. Why not? And these are going to be used for our stamina, which is going to help us move around the board. Actually, now I think about it, I think I'm going to go here because I have these, so you're only going to be able to move in the terrain of the type of tiles that you have here. Now, of course, you can gain more as the game goes on, and we'll show you how that works. The other 3 tiles we set aside are going to be the sky. This is where we're going to grab tiles from to place out on the board, or grab tiles to place into our hand so that we can use them to help us move around the board. Once those are done, since we're playing against the automaton, we're just going to grab a random tile, and this is going to be their starting location. And we can place it in any way we want, and I'll show you how that works. When you connect a tile to the board, you can rotate it in any way you want to, as long as one of the facings is actually going to be part of the board. So I could put it this way, I could place it like this, I could place it this way, I could even place it this way if I want to, but I can't place it like this, for example, because I'm not connecting anything, or I couldn't place it like that. I have to place it so that so it connects in some way. We'll place it just like that, and we'll place that meeple up, we'll put it right here, I guess, in the plains area. I lied. Let's stick him in the water. He is riding a turtle after all. Also, when you place a tile, you can't overlap a tile or anything. You have to play them so that they all play out. Now, of course, as we play through the game, there is a chance that you could potentially build this thing so that you would have like a small hole in the middle of it with a triangle, but that's okay. It still functions the same. For example, you did something like this, and then we added another tile right here. This small triangular hole, that's actually okay. That's just going to be part of the game, and you just can't access that space. So we do have our game all set up, and I think we're all set to start. At this point, we will be taking actions to expand the world, increase our stamina, and build some spires. We'll also be moving our meeples around the board to be able to collect some energy. There are 2 different phases of the game. There's an action phase, and then there is a movement phase. So we'll start with our action phase first. And since we're playing with the automaton, we will reveal the first card of this deck at the beginning of our turn. And at the end of our turn, we're going to reveal a second card, and then we're going to have to abide by both of these cards. I'll tell you right now, these cards are brutal. I haven't beat this guy yet. This guy's really, really tough. So what we're seeing here is it's going to show us everything it's going to do, and you're going to start from top to go to the bottom. Now, if you notice here, this green symbol would match the green symbol of our objective card if we decided to use the objective module. And then you would also abide by this if we decided to put that module in the game. So like I said, you can use those modules in this game even when you're playing solo, which is super, super cool. I did not include any of the modules because we're just going to play the base game. game. So what we're seeing on here is it's going to gain an energy, and then of course we'll be removing all tiles from the sky with the space of the chosen type, and I'll show you how that works. Now of course I'm not going to reveal the second one until after I take my turn. During the action phase, you can take one of 3 different actions. We can either increase our stamina by spending 2 energy, which are of course these things here. We have 0 right now. And we can gain a tile from the sky, and that tile would then go into our hand, and then every tile we have we can use to help move us around the board. These are going to represent our stamina when they're in our hand to be able to move. The other action we can do is we can expand the world. We can take a tile from the sky and add it to the board and put energy on the board. That's probably going to be our first turn because you have no energy to do anything else. The other one is we can build a spire. If at any time we have 8 or more energy, we could build a spire, and at that point we would take whatever the top card is, and at the end of the game we would gain that many points equal to the spire's number. Of course, whenever there are 3 spires on the board or you have 40 energy, the game ends. Of course, it also happens with that automaton has it, which usually is how the game is played, because I am pretty bad at this game. So we're going to do the second action, which is going to be expanding the world. We're going to take one of these tiles. Now, of course, the challenge of the game is we have to try to match these things up so that we can put them not only out here, but give us the most energy possible. If you look at my 2 stamina tokens or tiles here, I have water and forest and mountain and forest. There's only water and mountain over here, but look at all these plains. I don't want to play too many plains out there because I can't move to them because I don't have that as a specific tile in my collection. And we'll show you how that works. I'm going to place this water tile, and I'm actually just going to place it right here. I think that'll be the best. Now, once you place down a tile, you're going to place energy onto that tile on both sides of the terrain pieces. If any of those terrain pieces do touch another tile that does not have an energy that is the same type of terrain, you'll be placing energy onto that terrain. So for example, if I actually did place it like this, I would be placing 2 more energy because these 2 connect with that particular type of terrain. I can't move to that terrain, so I don't really want to see energy there in case the automaton decides to go there. So I'm just going to place it here because I do know I have a water space that I could move to. And that's really about all I can do this turn. So now that I've done my action, I'm going to move. And you can move equal to your stamina number, which for me is 2. And I can move only to the types of terrain I have. And once you move there, you're going to flip the terrain over. So for example, I'm going to move to that water space over here and gain this energy. And then I could move back to the forest if I want to by spending this tile right here, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to keep it just like that, and we'll stay right where I am. And that's going to bring us to the end of our turn. Once we've done our action and we've moved, we go to the end of the turn, which only basically encompasses us reflipping over any of the tiles we used as movement tiles. We gain back all of our stamina. And at that point, we're going to fill up the sky. If there's ever a point where this does not have 3 tiles in it at the end of your turn, you're just going to take a tile and flip it over. Oh, goody, goody, more plains. I do want to mention, at any time, if you move through another meeple's location, you have to pay them 1 energy. If you do not have any energy when you move through another meeple, that's totally fine. You get to go through it for free. Now that we've completed our turn, we will go to the automaton's turn. We'll take that first card, and then we'll grab a second card, and we'll reveal them from the one we originally saw to the one we don't know about. The first one says here, +1 energy. So the first thing we're going to do is the automaton is going to gain 1 energy. At this point now, this is actually kind of good, choose a terrain type, remove all tiles from the sky with the space of the chosen type. I'm going to choose plains, which is going to discard all 3 of these, which is actually really good because I don't have any stamina to be able to move into the plains right now. Once this is resolved, we will discard this card. If at any point you have to draw a automaton card and there aren't any, you will shuffle the deck. This one then states it gets +1 energy. So again, it's got 2 energy. It's already beating me. I only have 1 and I've got 2. Place the automaton meeple next to yours on the same tile. So at this point, we're going to take it, put it right over here, and if you're ever on a place with an energy, they're going to collect that energy. So now I have 3 energy. And again, if we use this particular module, we would have to deal with this. That's the power module. We don't have that one. Oh, we do. Wait. No, sorry. It's the energy module right here. The power module is this one. Oh, for a second there I thought I'd drawn the card. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the automaton's turn. Now, since we have nothing in less than 3 in the sky, we are going to refill it. Oh, look at that. Water and forest and mountains. Oh, this is so good. And there's an evil, evil plains. And that's it. That is one complete round of World Stitchers. We've already completed it. The Automaton's winning 3-1, so that's fantastic. Now it's going to be our turn. We will start by doing an action and then a movement. So I think our action is, again, I think we're going to build something with these. Since I only have 1 stamina, I cannot buy one to help with our, or sorry, 1 energy. I can't build any more stamina up. So at this point, I'm going to grab a mountain tile because I can move mountain to water here. I think we'll grab this water mountain tile. I'm going to lay it just like this. That'll be fantastic. Now I'm going to place 2 energy out on the tile, 1 here and 1 here. And then I'm going to put an energy on any one that it expands to that it touches. So it also touches that river tile over there. Now that I've done my action, I can now move. I'm going to use my first stamina to move to this mountain space and claim this energy. And when you're placing energy down across a lot of different spaces, if there ever is a meeple in the space you place energy, that meeple just grabs the energy automatically. And then I'm going to move to this water location over here to grab my second energy. And there we go. We are now tied 3-3. I'll go to the end of turn and I'll refresh my energy or stamina, and then we'll just draw a new tile, and that's it. Of course, the one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to reveal the top card of the Automaton deck. You're supposed to do that at the beginning of the turn, and then we'll draw our second one here and see what happens. So the first one says, add energy to the world as if the tile with the Automa meeple was just connected. So that means we will place 1 energy here and 1 energy here because it would be just as if he placed it. And since these don't link up to any other type of terrain that are equal to these 2, that's all we're going to do. Then it says, if possible, the automaton will place 8 energy, pays 8 energy, to build a spire. They only have 3 right now, so they will not build a spire. Our second card is gain 1 energy. So again, this is up to 4 energy. And since this meeple is here where I place that energy, that meeple will also gain that energy as well. So now we're at 5. I'm losing again by 2. It says, if possible, place the automaton meeple on a space closest to yours with the same terrain type as your space. Oh, that's evil. He's going to go right here and grab my energy. So again, we are down by 3, and we will discard this card. That's the end again. We did not place any tiles from the automaton, so the sky remains the same. Going to our turn, I will reveal the first card this time. I am going to gain +2, or going to gain +2 energy, and then remove all energy from the board. So at this point, we want to try to just make sure we have enough to be able to get what we need. And since he's going to remove all the energy from the board, why don't we just pay 2 energy to decide to increase our stamina? And this allows us to take a tile from sky and I get to add it to my stamina. So since we don't have any planes to walk through, I think I'm going to grab this one right here. So now we have multiple ways of moving around on the board. And since this person is going to gain 2 and remove 1, I think it's better just to hopefully be able to move more on the board and gain some later. Reveal our next sky tile, and that's the end of my turn. We're going to grab another automaton card, which is usually very, oh my gosh, look at this, he's going to grab 5. This is horrible. So he's going to grab 2 from the original card and then remove all energy from the board. So I'm going to remove this one. Then the next card says gain 3 energy, so it's going to gain 3 more, and expand the world, and you choose the tile and placement. So that's kind of good. At least that helps a little bit. I get to choose what tile of these 3 we get to place. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play this mountain tile just like, I think like this. There we go. That'll be how I place it. And then I get to put 2 mountain energy here and 1 here. Now that was the automaton's turn. And I'm going to put another tile out here just like that. And that's the end. So we'll move to our turn now. I do get to look at the top card, 2 energy, and expand the world. You choose the tile and placement. So he's going to be gaining 2 more energy. He has a ton. I have 1. I have 1 energy, and this evil contraption here, which I can never beat, has an absolutely monstrous amount of energy already. I don't see how you ever beat this guy. I'm just really bad at this game. The good thing is it is also a competitive game, and I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with my family, though I can't seem to beat this automaton. But maybe that's great, because it gives a good challenge. And of course, if you wanted to make it harder, you can give the automaton more starting energy at the beginning of the game. I don't know why anybody would do that. That is just bonkers. But now that I've placed I get to place a tile first. I get to place a tile out here. Ooh, here we go. Let's see what we're going to place. I think we're going to place another mountain and river, and I'm going to place it right up here, I think. Or maybe I'll place it over here. I can place it just like that, giving ourselves another way to get a couple more energy by placing them down here on the river. Maybe I can do some neat walking around and get some cool stuff. Now I do have 3 stamina this time. Now that I've placed out my tile and I've done my action, I will move. And I'm going to move to a, let's see, we're going to go mountain, mountain, forest. That's going to be our plan. So I'm just going to put them like this, and we're going to flip over the mountain, mountain, forest. And at this point, we'll move mountain, mountain, forest. We'll gain 3 energy. There we go. We're back up to 4, and we'll refresh our stamina and move on to the automaton's turn. And at this point, I will take a tile and flip it out here just like that. And like we saw before, this automaton's going to gain 2 energy just like that. And then we'll draw our, and then I get to place a tile and see what it is. But we do get to draw our second card here. That's an absolutely terrible card. Okay. This is a terrible card. I'm going to place this one just like that. That way, when I place down the 2 energy, I automatically get the 1 over here. As the world expands, it slowly goes out of my camera range. And that's the end of this card. We'll move over to this card. He's going to gain 1 energy. And if he has 8 energy, he's going to build a spire. Well, let's see here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got an absolute bonkers amount of energy here. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in reserve, even after building the spire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll put those over here. He gets the first spire card, which is going to be 12 points. It's bonkers. All right, I don't even have close to that. I've got 3, 4, 5. So that's no good. We'll place this over here. That's the end of the automaton's turn. It is my turn. There are still 3 in the sky, so I'm not going to be drawing any more. The next card he's going to place is this one. He's going to gain 1 energy. Add 1 energy to the world as if the tile with the automaton meeple was just played. So he's going to be placing energy in all these locations here. So maybe I might want to get down there to try to get that energy once it falls on the board. Huh. Oh, I think I played the wrong tile. I think I played this one, didn't I? And that's from my hand. I can't play that tile. That's from my hand. I got to play one from over here. I'll play this one then. That was my fault. I'll just play the one just like that, and we'll place out a new tile into the sky. I'm going to keep these separate. That was my fault. I'm going to put these right over here. There we go. All right, perfect. Now, I'm going to either play a tile or gain a tile from the sky here. And the sky does have some pretty interesting tiles to pick up if I want to pay the energy. I kind of want to buy another tile, but I also want to get enough energy to be able to maybe get a spire, and I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energy right now, so I need to get 3 more energy. I got to figure out how to do that. I think I'm going to place this tile right here. That's going to put out some energy on the board here, here, and also in the water space here. And I'm going to move now, so we're going to move 1 to here with this one. Then I think we're going to... Oh, this isn't any good. Yeah, maybe I can go here. Nope, these are terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm just going to move 1 here to the water to gain that one, and that's it. I could move here to the forest. Why not? We'll move to the forest, and that'll be it. I didn't get any of these, which I really should have. Maybe I should have placed this one instead. Maybe I should be smart. See, this is why I'm not that great at the game. We're going to place that one instead. That'd be a smarter play. We'll place that one instead so that I can go here, here, and then here instead to get these, and I'll leave that water one right there. So I started up here, and I'm going to play my plains, then I'm going to play my forest down here, and then I'm going to play my water right there. There, that gives me the 3 energy I need to now hopefully be able to build one of those spires next turn. So I'm going to refill my energy, and we'll move on to the automaton's turn, who is probably going to buy another spire before I can even buy my first one. Let's see what he does. He's going to gain, all right, to draw the second card, which is right here. Oh, this is all bad news. He gets +1 energy, so we'll give him +1. Then add an energy to the world as if the tile of the automaton meeple was just connected. So we're going to place this here, 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 and here. So wherever you would place a tile, you would, of course, keep running the energy along until it hits another type of terrain that isn't that type of terrain. Now, he is standing in this one, so he's going to grab this, and that's the end of his turn. Next, we're going to place the automaton meeple next to yours on the same tile. So he's going to be placed right here, which isn't going to help him because there isn't any energy there. I think there probably should be energy. Oh no, he removed it all from the board. Place an automaton meeple. Okay, then we're going to, if possible, the automaton player pays 8 energy to build a spire. So this guy has a total of 2, 4, 6, 8. That's exactly enough. He's going to build another spire. He now has 2 spires. And I know I mentioned that during the setup that we'd be able to place down these little tokens, but that's only if you include the module called Area Control Module. So there isn't that in this game. Sadly, he doesn't move through you. It just says place. which is just terrible. Otherwise, if he moved through me, he'd have to pay me energy and he wouldn't be able to buy that. Okay, he's got 2 spires, I've got 0, but I've got enough to buy a spire. I don't even know if it's worth it now. This is such a hard game. I'm going to place down another tile from where he is, and it's going to be our turn. I guess I will place down this tile right here, just like that. There we go. And I'll place down some energy here, here. Oops, those are my energy, not even placed from the board over here. 1, 2, 3. And at this point, I can move. I'm going to use my 1 to move to the river. Then I'm going to use 1 to move to the forest. And lastly, I'm going to use 1 to move to the plains over there. With that complete, we will refill up the sky and move to the next automaton's turn, which I should have drawn the card. That's always the one thing I forget to do. He has no more cards, so he'll give him a good old truffle shuffle here, and we'll draw the top card, which is what I should have done before our turn, and then I'll draw the second card for him. So he's going to gain 3 energy. At this point, we're going to expand the world. You choose the tile and placement. I'm going to place this one right here. That'll be awesome, because then I'll place 1 energy here, 1 energy on the mountains, and then I will take the other energy because it will come right back through there. You can never have more than 1 energy on the board. That's another thing I should have mentioned. You can only have 1 energy on the board, so as this travels through, it doesn't place a second energy. The next thing we're going to do is discard this card, and we'll use our second card here. That is plus 3 energy, which is super good. So he's going to gain 3 energy. Oh no, sorry, that was the other card. This is the new card. Place 1 energy, okay, or gain 1 energy. He's got 4. Then he's going to add energy to the world as if the tile, the automaton, the meeple is connected. So at this point, we'll place 1 here, here, and here, the energy. And this automaton is going to gain that 1 energy. And that's it. I also have to refill my stamina, though. Something else. Okay, that's done. We have to refill up the sky, and then it is my turn. I think I'm going to buy another tile at this point. I'm going to spend 2 token or energy here to buy a tile. I am going to buy this plains water tile, and we're going to add it to my stamina over here. So now during the movement phase, which is now, I can move more. Of course, I do have to reveal the next automaton card, so at least I have some inkling as to what this thing is going to do, though I'm not smart enough to figure out exactly what the best play would be, knowing that that card's coming. I get to move 2 and 2 water, maybe, if I can. I can do into mountains if I want to. So we're going to try to move to gain the most energy I possibly can. Our goal is 4. I don't think it's going to happen. Most I'm going to be able to get here is 3, I think. Mainly because you cannot move diagonal. I couldn't move diagonal over there to get that one first. I'm going to play plains, plains, mountain, and I could end over here. Or I could play plains, water, mountain, water, and end over here. I think that might be our best bet. I'm going to play plains, plains, water, nope, plains, yeah, plains. I only have, oh, I can't, oh no, I can use this one, plains, right here, to gain this energy. Then I'm going to play a water space, which would be this one, to move over here. Then I'll play my mountains card to move over here, and then I'll play my last water one to move over here. There we go. That'll be what I do. Now I get to gain back all of my stamina, and at this point, the automaton gets to go. 1 energy to the automaton, and I get to remove a tile of my choice based on the different type of terrain. I'm going to go with mountain. We're going to get rid of the mountain pieces and put 2 more in. There we go. That didn't help too much. And we'll draw our second card. I should have done that before I resolved that card. Gain 1 energy. Awesome. And then it says here, place the automaton meeple in the same, next to you on the same tile. So this is the tile we're on here. So this meeple is just going to go to right there. We'll discard both of those. That wasn't too bad. And we'll move into my turn. We'll draw the first meeple or automaton card here. Place the automaton meeple next to yours on the same tile. If possible, the automaton pays 8 energy to build a spire. If he builds his 3rd spire, we are going to be done. He has 2, 4, 6, 7. He cannot gain any more energy. All right, hoofda. We'll see what we can do. We're going to play a water tile from over here. I'm going to play it right like, I think that. That'll be the way to go. That'll put us another water energy here, another energy here, which then will link this energy to here, and this one is connected to this in one fell swoop, so I'm going to gain that energy, which would be good. Then at this point, I can move. I'm going to move water, water, so we're going to move 1, 2, just like that, to gain those 2, and then we're going to use mountain, mountain, and move both, and gain all 4 of this energy. That's going to be awesome. All right, we got 4 energy out of that deal. That was fantastic. Hoofda. All right, then we're going to put another tile over here, and we're going to do what this card says, but first we're going to grab a second card and place it out there. So he is going to move to the, what is it? Place a Town Meeple next to yours on the same tile. So the same tile again will be this one. And then if he can, he's going to build a spire. He cannot. The next card, he's going to gain 2 energy, and I get to place a tile out there of my choice. And then that's going to be it. Okay, what tile do you want to place out there? Probably this mountain tile, just like that. Meaning that all 3 of these mountains will connect, and I will gain this energy, which will be fantastic. We'll refill up the sky and go to our turn. Let's flip over our energy and see what we can do here. I am going to, oofda. All right, what are we going to do here? This guy's super close to winning the game. Let's see how much energy we have. We have a total of 1, 2, let's get these out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 energy. I don't think I'm hoping to get to 40 before this automaton would have gotten enough to build all those spires, but I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll give it our best shot. I get to play a tile if I want. I don't see why not. Or I can buy a tile. Let's buy a tile. I'm going to spend 2 because I can run straight through maybe all of this to get all this energy. But that would be spending 2 to buy one. I think it's better just to place a tile at this point. I'm going to place this tile, I don't know, let's try right here maybe? We can place it just like that if we want to. Maybe? I don't know. Let's just put it down here. I can spin it any way I want. We'll go just like that. And we'll just place down some energy. Maybe I can get to that energy and claim it. We'll see what I can do here. I get to move 4 spaces. So we can move to this one, then we can move to this water space, then to this space, and then that would be it. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to move forest here to gain 1 energy. Then we're going to move to the water space right here. Yeah, I think we got it. And then we're going to move to this forest space over here. And then we're going to move to this space over here and gain all 4 of this energy. That's not too bad. We'll fill this back up. I forgot to draw the automaton card to know what he's going to do. He's going to gain 1 and build a spire. Here we go. Okay, he's going to gain 1 energy. Then if he has enough, he is going to build a spire. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's enough to build a spire. He's going to take this 10 card here, and that's going to signify the end of the game because he now has 3 spires. At the end of the game, you're going to count up all your points. He has 10, 20, 30, 2, 4. He has 34. I have 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, and 2, 4, 5, and 20. There we go. So I've got what? 10, 23, and he's got 10, 20, 34. Oh, so, you know, it's a little bit closer than one of my last games that was real bad. So that's how this is played, at least solo-wise. Of course, if you're playing with the competitive version, you'll be going against each other to see who can either complete 3 spires first or who can gain 40 energy first. And whoever does that is going to be it's going to signify the end of the game, but of course that doesn't mean that's the winner. You're going to then count up all the points like I just did. And 10, 22, huh? 10, 20, 2. So he beat me by, I guess, 11 points. That's not too bad. So as you play the game more, you'll find out more ways of being able to gain this energy faster. Maybe going and grabbing more of these off the bat to be able to help you move around will get you the energy faster, or potentially finding the right way to place all these tiles out on the board most effectively to gain the most energy. It's a lot of strategy going into this game that I'm still working on myself. So I'm excited to try this with my family to see how this all plays out. But so far, that's it. That is World Stitches. And if you did like what you see, please feel free to check out the Kickstarter. The link will be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough of World Stitchers. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more content comes out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, my Patreon is also in the description of the video. Those that have already helped support the channel are seen here on the screen. Thank you all for your continued support. You really make this channel what it is. If you do join the Patreon, some of the great things you can do is you can help decide how this channel evolves. In there you can choose what characters we play in some of our playthroughs. You can choose some of the games we're going to be playing, and also you get to help us decide what we're painting during our live stream paint sessions that we do every week. So there you have it, World Stitches by Pepin Van Loon. I want to thank him personally for allowing me to give the opportunity to be able to show everybody how this game is played. Thank you again for watching, and if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the table.